Hello everybody, this is Doug Nelson with Precision Neuromuscular Therapy, and I wanted to record this video about something I've been thinking about ever since an event that happened a few weeks ago at a seminar where I was teaching, and a participant said that this person was really thrilled that I was taking the seminar, but she would only take seminars from me personally and not from any of my staff. And of course, the question is, have you taken a seminar with any of my teaching staff? The answer, of course, no. But the commitment was only to study with the person kind of at the top of the apex, which is an interesting concept. And her point was that information flows downward, so each level you go down, you probably lose something, so you only study with the person at the top of the kind of the information food chain, as it were. And over the time we got to spend together, I was able to explain that actually certainly in my case, with precision neuromuscular therapy, that's not really the way it works. And by design, and when I first set this up, it was never to be Doug Nelson seminars. It's really about having people on the teaching staff who have very deep knowledge about areas that oftentimes I do not. An example would be Seth Will. What he knows about neural issues, I will probably never know. Every time we're together, I feel like I learn something from him. So it's a little selfish probably on my part, but I've just surrounded myself with people who are really, really good in areas that I feel like I learned something. And we are trying to communicate to the therapist world about being a learning community and the value and richness of lifelong, career-long learning. And we should do that inside the organization as well as inspire people outside the organization to do that. So that's one piece. The second piece, in a way, gets more interesting. I just came from the clinic not long ago. And I think if a newer therapist just watched me treat this person, I bet the emotions would either vacillate between confusion, potentially in a way inspired maybe, or like kind of deflated because of that, I don't understand what you did and why you did that. Like, how did you get there? And why did you go from here to there? So it turns out that this is a really interesting concept and this was explored at Northwestern University a few years ago. Turns out, I'll just say, experts in a field have heuristics, have shortcuts, make leaps in thinking that are wonderful. The problem is people on the early part of that journey get lost in those leaps and then find it somewhere between confusing, frustrating, and feel like, well, that's really great, but I certainly couldn't do that because I don't understand it, I don't get it. And if the quote-unquote expert is the one teaching people early in that journey, the learning outcomes are not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. What you want are people who are teaching who can relate to whatever level the learner is coming from. And I think that's what I'm so impressed with my own teaching staff, in their ability to connect. They understand the frustrations and the pitfalls and the struggles that therapists have in that learning journey. And just to be clear, there are always struggles and pitfalls and barriers that you run into in any kind of learning. But you need someone who can relate to you and connect with you on those struggles, and then show you just little points along the way to help yourself move forward. And that's why when people have said to me, you should start a school or something, like, me teaching entry level, probably not a good idea. And it's just, again, because I've been doing this so long, for more than 4 decades, just, I'll make leaps. It's really hard for me to go back to like beginning therapist level and think about, teaching someone to do massage therapy from the beginning. Wow, that is probably not the place that I should be. And because it doesn't serve the person as well. You need to put people in the right context. For us, our thing, just like in the clinic, the context is like, we're not trying to impress clients with our work. It's not about being impressive. It's about getting results, right? Like, it's nice if people get up and go, wow, that was really fabulous. Like, yeah, that's all good. But it's really, what are the results 2 days, 3 days later? Are we making progress? Do we have clear and demonstrable ways that progress is happening? That's how we judge the efficacy of the work, is on results. And the metric for people who study with us, does it make a difference in your practice? In the sense that, are you getting better results with your clients? Are you able to serve people better? That is the thing that we hold as the absolute kind of North Star for us, is a commitment to the people who study with us. And so I think, it's a really interesting thing with my teaching staff, how good they are at doing just that in ways that sometimes I do my absolute best, but I wonder if they don't actually do it better. So I hope this is helpful in just understanding the process of the way our teaching process in the Institute has struggled, and our commitment to you as the learner, and that it's all about the results attained, and that it is worth your time, energy, and the cost in every sense of the word to attend the seminars, because it's about making a difference for the people who grace your treatment table.